Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about on security risk, and in particular I'm going to try and compare traditional risk formula versus Pinkerton's risk formula. Now this is a very critical. There are a few critical differences, and why Pinkerton's risk formula is more more you know uh, uh, encompassing of risk situation, especially technology and security risk. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to highlight the difference and why that difference makes sense for any organization. So all of that is there in today's video. So as usual, before we jump in, please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, please smash that notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Please comment on my video so that I know what exactly you're looking at, and then I can craft out a video based on your requirement. And also share my videos with people who you think would benefit from my research, from my videos, and from my expertise. So without further ado, let's dive in. So as you know, before I start, I talk about my ebook. Now this ebook is on my journey as an entrepreneur. It's titled Six-Figure Corporate Job to Master Entrepreneur. So in this particular ebook, I've spoken about the time back in 2010 when I quit my six-figure globetrotting corporate job. So it starts from my preparation to jumping into the world of entrepreneurship, the challenges I faced, and how I overcame those challenges. All of that are in this particular ebook. Now, I'm sure a lot of you would be, looking to becoming an entrepreneur, quit your job and become an entrepreneur. So to help you out, I've put down 3 worksheets where you could gauge where you stand in terms of your preparedness to be an entrepreneur. So there are certain questions, you answer those questions, and later they add up, the scores add up, and you would know where you stand. The cool thing is, I've scored myself as well, based on my mindset back in 2010. So you would know how much I scored, and you would also know how successful I am today with two companies, one in Singapore, the other one in India, and representations in the US markets. So all these things come in this particular ebook. Now the best thing is the ebook is available to you for free of charge. It's available on my website. The URL is currently flashing on the screen. I'll put the URL in the description box below. Click on it. Go to the page, put down your name and email address, and the link to download the ebook will be emailed to your inbox. I hope you like the ebook. Do give me your honest feedback. Now let's jump into the world of enterprise security. So enterprise security risk assessment. So what is that? To perform an accurate and holistic risk assessment, it is imperative to not only understand the threats facing an organization, but also probability of those threats occurring and to what degree those threats could impact business objectives. While any straightforward example can be fairly intuitive, accurately evaluating organizational risk becomes dramatically more complex and significantly more challenging when the full spectrum of threats is applied, and the contextual complexity of a vast number of region, industry, and company-specific factors are added to the mix. So basically, the more complex it becomes, the more large the company becomes, the more spread out, geographically spread out company is open to more risk, which is quite obvious. And here we are talking about security risk primarily, but there are all other kinds of risks that get involved. Pinkerton's innovative approach to enterprise security risk management helps decision makers better understand what risk is and how to measure it, and also appreciate how those measurements can be applied to help them focus their risk management efforts going forward. So now let's look at the formula and compare it with the traditional risk formula. So the traditional risk formula is threat times vulnerability times consequence equal to risk. Whereas the Pinkerton's risk formula is threat times probability times business impact. Now, you note here that the vulnerability has been replaced by probability. What probability? We'll talk about that. And consequence has been replaced by business impact. We'll again talk about that. So the difference between the two might seem fairly modest on the surface, but they represent a fairly profound and important shift. And what is that? Let's talk about it. Risk is defined as that which prevents an organization from achieving their objectives. Zeroing in from consequence to business impact. So this is the second part. The zeroing in from consequence to business impact is the first step in crafting a new formula that is all about evaluating threats through the prism of business impact and aligning risk assessments or any subsequent remedies with business goals and objectives. So consequence was seen to be far more weight. The moment you add in the factors of business or the goals and objectives, that's when the business impact comes in, and hence it becomes far more relevant, and it addresses the core of the business per se, and hence bringing in business impact becomes far more relevant to calculating risk. Changing vulnerability to probability is arguably an even more significant shift. In this new way of thinking, vulnerability should not and does not exist outside the threat. Threat should incorporate any vulnerabilities that exist. So threat already incorporates vulnerabilities, but the probability is more critical here, because threat, if you judge if only one of the parameters for vulnerability is just the existence of vulnerability, but the probability to be hit by a security risk, or to have a posture which does not take into account probability is like making a big mistake. So that's the reason the probability is far more significant as a parameter in calculating risk. The introduction of probability into the equation is a fairly new and innovative piece of advanced risk assessment. The result is a formula that is a probabilistic expression based on a quantitative analysis. So it adds that value to it. So the probability means that how high or low the chances are that you will be hit, and you act based on that. Hence, it is far more critical. But that analysis required hard data. That data is now available in the Pinkerton's risk index, which is a sophisticated and comprehensive risk assessment tool designed. So that's a tool which comes with the index, designed to distill different dimensions of how the risk into a single depth analysis. What is the risk into one single depth analysis? So that is a great difference in Pinkerton's risk assessment index. So to summarize, Pinkerton's risk assessment is an advanced version of the traditional risk assessment formula, and it really gives far more. It actually assesses the risk from a far more close quarters in terms of security for an organization, and hence it becomes far more relevant. And if you look around, any of the top risk managers, governance managers, they consider Pinkerton's formula to be far more useful in today's day and age when the risk factors are growing every now and then. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I will also like to direct you to a video where I'm talking a lot about risk in the past few days. So I'm going to direct you to a video where I did a talk on beta, which is on the investment aspect of risk and the calculation of beta. Now, for an organization, all kinds of risks must be taken into consideration, whether it's security risk or investment risk, market risk, and all of that. So I will direct you to that video on calculation of beta. I'll put the link to that video on the card above. Go take a look at it, because that will be useful for you if you are a business owner of an organization. So, well, thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me. As you know, my name is Saurav Mukherjee. I'm a digital technology marketing leader with over 20 years of global experience. I will put down my LinkedIn URL in the description box below. Click on it, go to my profile page. If you like my profile page and you want to interact with me, send me an invite. I regularly work with clients where I try and solve their business, marketing, technological, and investment challenges. If you are looking to engage with me as a consultant in your company or startup, please drop me a line on LinkedIn, or you could write to me on the contact page of my website. I'll put down the link to the contact page of my website in the description box below. And we can communicate and see how we can work together and how I can help you in your organization. So finally, before I go, please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, please smash that notification bell, please comment on my videos, and please share my videos. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.